Hey guys, welcome to the Ace of Plays channel and to a slightly different video. While we're waiting for the hotfix to, deal with some of the problems of the new Syndicate faction so I can actually morally justify playing it, I wanted to do a little bit of something fun. One of the coolest things about being part of a card game community is custom cards, to see what ideas other people have, to share them and discuss them together, and just really see if we can come up with some really awesome designs. So I'm gonna try to do this. I could end up making a complete fool of myself. No one participates. Nothing comes out of this, but it's worth a shot. There's enough of you guys out there watching my videos to maybe ensure that we get at least a couple of cards. But I highly encourage you to participate in this event here on the channel, because it's just going to be fun. So yeah, I want to see your custom cards, and I'll get back to how exactly that's going to work. Just the logistics of it, I guess. But first, I want to show you a card that I made. I wanted to make more custom cards for this video. But it's a lot harder than I thought. But I do have one prepared. I'm kind of happy with it. It's not exactly what I was going for with this card, but once I came up with this design, it was like, it's cool. It's cool. And so, without further ado, I present to you Selma. This is a dual faction card, Skellige and Monsters. As soon as dual faction cards were announced, I knew that I wanted some Monsters Bear for Skellige and Monsters. And I don't know how they're going to go forward with dual faction cards, if it's going to be like a Syndicate only thing, which would make sense because Syndicate kind of feels like a kind of neutral faction. I mean, Novigrad is like this free, neutral city and whatever. So maybe it's just part of their faction identity to have dual faction cards. So maybe we'll never see something like this. But if they decide to do a little bit of dual faction cards between other factions, I would love to see something like this. So Selma is a 3 strength, currently 7 provisions. Of course, this balancing is probably way off, but that's what I went for. She's a beast. She has to summon a beast from your deck and destroy it. And my nose is really itchy. It's been a while since that happened on camera. So the idea of this card is, it's thinning, for a beast synergistic deck. And obviously, maybe one of the first things you think of is Morkvarg in Skellige. You summon Morkvarg, and you destroy him, and you get him back. So it's 8 points. You thin your deck. It's really good. This card is very similar to Darren in that sense, except Darren could do the same thing, but he's 4 strength, 7 provisions. But, of course, the thing is, this card is more designed for beast archetypes, with Bearmasters and such. And this card being a beast in a Bearmaster deck would be worth at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3, 4 points in round 3 when you're playing your Bearmasters, because you have a second beast in your graveyard. You can also just use it in general to get an extra beast in your graveyard. That's what it does. Maybe it could be 4 strength. I thought about that at first because I don't want it to be worse than Darren, because it's essentially the same thing more or less, but more specific. So that's the thing. But I thought of monsters. With monsters, you can get a Harpy Egg with this. I think Harpy Egg is a beast. At least the Harpy itself is a beast. So I think you can get a Harpy Egg, and you'll destroy it, and you'll get a 5 strength beast, just like Morkvarg. But instead of having this 10 provision card, 9 or 10 provision card, that needs something like this to be good, you can just take this 5 provision card, which is good and playable in and of itself, but get the same effect, and you get the thinning. So I think this card is potentially, at least on the surface level, I think it's maybe better in monsters but because it is a beast itself, I think it does have some unique synergies in both factions, because both of these factions have like a beast archetype, like kind of set up for a beast archetype. Skellige has been more successful with the Bearmasters, but Monsters also has like an attempt at a beast archetype, and of course, like when there is set up for an archetype, eventually we do want it to be fleshed out enough where you can play it. Like, we want to play beast monsters. Like, we want it to be at least like tier 2, so we can make a fun beast monster deck. And this would just be a good card for that. That would also, it would work in pretty much any monster deck that plays Harpy Eggs, I guess. Just as a good thinning card. So yeah, that is my custom card. Like I said, I wanted to make more for this video, but it was a lot harder than I expected. I've been trying to do this for days, and this is the best I could come up with. I mean, it's not like I've been sitting all day thinking about this. By the way, like I do have like a reasoning behind the ability being like this. It's kind of like the image that I chose. It's like a bear from Metro Exodus, like the game. It's like a mutant bear. Like the actual Selma creature would be like a bear that kind of looks like zombie-ish, with like open wounds and like flesh, and kind of looks dead. So the idea is that she like stays low. She's like a very intelligent hunter kind of bear. She kind of just stays still, and then she looks like just a huge dead body of meat, and then she attracts some beasts that want to eat her, and then she just rips their head off. Yeah. So that's kind of the idea of the ability. But yeah, let me know what you think of this card. Maybe you have ideas to improve it. I would love that, because I would love to have like a little set of custom cards that we made together. That would be really cool. And now on to your custom cards. Hopefully some of you will participate in this. That would be pretty awesome. So the idea basically is just make custom cards. Like, I use gwentgenerator.com. It doesn't have all the assets to make all the stuff that is in Gwent right now, but it has most of them. It has the look. This is the only website I found that actually has the right borders, the right art style on the text boxes and stuff. But you can use anything you want. If you just want to write out an ability and not focus on like balancing, you don't want to find an image for it, like, that's fine. I just want to see what ideas you guys have. So we can go on the Ace of Plays Discord, of course, link down below. We have a custom card submission server, not server, but the things. You have a lot of things. There's a place to post custom cards. I don't think anybody's used it yet, but let's try it. So you can do that. You can just write it out in a YouTube comment. You could send it to me over email at aceofplaysyt@gmail.com. Just one word, aceofplaysyt, for YouTube. And I guess you can send it to me on Twitter. Like there are links everywhere for any way to reach me. And I would love to see what ideas you have. So please, please, participate. Give me content. I'm running out of content. I'm not, but I want to mix it up a little bit more and do more variety stuff for Gwent, of course, but not just gameplay, because I'm not a very good player. So just posting a bunch of gameplay videos, it's not very clever. In hindsight, that was a really bad idea. So I want to mix it up a little bit, and I think this is a cool way to start. So please send me your custom cards, and as soon as I get at least a handful of them, I'll make another video. I'll shout you out in any way you want. Like, if you want people to follow you on Twitter, if you have your own YouTube channel, I will of course shout you out in any way you want if you submit a custom card that I feature in a video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know your thoughts on my card, this idea in general, this type of video. Are you interested in this? And yeah, have a good one, guys, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Even the finger guns were in this video. That makes it official. This is a proper Ace of Plays video. Quality low? Yes.